This is the circuit for experiment 14. As you can see, I've got a little speaker connected to it. I'll go ahead and tell you, this one was this one was a little bit frustrating. Not in the sense that it doesn't work. It's just you can see it's got a lot of wires. There's a lot of connections, a lot of things to troubleshoot. So the first time I did it, I tried to get it to work, and it didn't work. I couldn't get any output. The LED wasn't lighting up, so I knew there was something going on. I checked my wiring, and I did find a couple places where I had just missed, a connection. But finally, I got it to work. So this is the circuit. Now the question really is, I've always had trouble with my electret, which is right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. I'm going to turn it on in a second, and I'm going to use this metal pin to tap the electret or scrape it, and you may be able to hear it out of the speaker. I'm not sure. I can hear it from where I'm sitting. By the way, safety, don't use a small speaker. I put this in there initially and I wasn't getting anything, and when I touched this it was so hot, well, you can't really tell, but it burned me good on the finger. So I grabbed the wrong speaker. So the circuit does appear to be working. It's not working perfectly. It's not working as it should. Do read my write-up, because this is the circuit you're going to be building. This is Charles' version right here, and you can see it's very pretty. I'll take a photo of this. This is just my inventory count of the various resistors, because there's a lot of resistors you're going to need. I was lucky in the sense that I got all the capacitors, all the values that it was asking for, like the 15, which is really unusual right here. I had that one. I didn't think I would have a 15, but so I got all the capacitors matching. I've got the 555 chips. I'm using the barrel type of 2N2222s, and of course the LM741 chip up there, and the electret. So this is it, and just again, read my notes, because I'm going to include a lot of photos of how I built this. And Charles, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I love how Charles wires. He's very efficient. But in this case, you might get some confusion, because the way the diagram, the way the schematic is not an exact representation in the photo. So I'll point those out in my write-up so that you'll know what to look for. But again, it's really interesting to try to figure out why Charles did what he did. The schematic is still legitimate, but he makes little changes to get the wiring to fit. And so if you don't have good eyesight and you're not willing to get down and examine this photo really, really well, you may be confused why your circuit doesn't match up to what Charles is doing. So again, I will talk about that in my write-up. But let me go ahead and turn this on, and I'm going to let the LED turn down. Okay, I'm not sure why I'm getting feedback, but watch this. I'm scratching. There we go. I'm scratching at the electric. I'm getting some, but once I stop, watch what happens. It's caught in some sort of feedback loop. I'm not sure what's going on, but it stops once I start scratching it again. And I don't know if you can hear it through the speaker, but it is. There it goes. But when I stop, it gets that loop again. So I'm going to think about this, try to figure out maybe what's going on, but I'm really ready to I'm ready to move on to some new projects. So experiment 14 for you right here.